We are currently living in the middle of the biggest wealth boom since the dot-com era, and it's all being powered by AI. Web developers, SaaS founders, agency owners, traders, content creators, they're building apps, selling tools, consulting, launching products faster than ever. And for a lot of them, it's working. They're seeing their first 100K months, their first $1 million product launches. But here's what nobody is talking about. They're losing hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions, in opportunity cost. Not because they're making bad money, but because they're storing it like average income earners. They're using traditional checking accounts, business reserves, savings accounts, even brokerage accounts, and that's fine. If you don't mind bleeding taxes, giving up compound growth, and staying tied to Wall Street, but the wealthy do something else. They use a system that's over 100 years old that lets them store, grow, and access capital without killing the growth. And it's almost completely ignored in the AI space. And every day that passes for some of these new millionaires is hundreds of dollars in compound interest they could be building but aren't. Today, I'm going to break that system down. No fluff, no sales pitch, just the numbers, the structure, and how it applies to you. Everyone's focused on how much money they're making in this AI boom, but almost no one is talking about how much money they're losing at the exact same time. See, every dollar earned that gets parked in a checking account, every dollar dumped into a brokerage or reinvested into someone else's platform, is a dollar that stops working for you the moment you move it. It sits, it risks, it waits, and in that waiting, it loses compound growth, it loses leverage. That's opportunity cost, and it's invisible until it's too late. And if you're in the middle of a boom, whether it's tech or crypto or AI, the real loss isn't taxes. It isn't risk. It's the money you could have been making while your cash was sitting still. The wealthy know this. That's why they move money differently. They don't just ask, how much can I make? They ask, what does this money stop doing for me when I use it this way? Because the real game isn't about chasing returns. It's about controlling the velocity of your money. And if your money stops growing the moment you spend, save, or invest it, then you're not in control. You're just reacting. And in a moment like this, when fortunes are being made in weeks, that could cost you hundreds of thousands, even millions in lost interest revenue without you ever realizing it. AI is creating millionaires every day. Through tools, automations, and smart offers, people are making money like never before. But there's a hidden trap. The more money they make, the faster they give it away. AI creators are spending thousands a month on tools like ChatGPT Pro, Claude, Midjourney, 11 Labs, Notion AI, Zapier, Jasper, and Runway. On top of that, you have custom APIs, paid training and mentorships, ads, teams, and SaaS subscriptions. It's not uncommon to spend 20 to 50K plus over a few months, all chasing scale. But here's the thing. Every dollar that passes through your hands without a system to catch it first is a dollar that stops earning for you forever. That's the real opportunity cost nobody's talking about in the AI boom. Now, imagine a different path. Before any of that AI spending happens, you funnel your cash through a properly designed, dividend-paying whole life policy with a mutual insurance company. That money earns guaranteed interest plus dividends, is tax-advantaged, and remains fully liquid via policy loans. So instead of paying out of pocket or racking up credit card debt to scale your AI tools, you borrow against your own growing pool of capital and keep earning on the full amount, as if you never touched it. You use the loan to pay for subscriptions, courses, or team costs. Then, as your revenue grows, you repay the loan from profit, and now your system is reset and ready to go again. It's a flywheel. Input capital, earn compound growth. Borrow tax-free, invest in your tools, repay from surplus, repeat. This is how you build long-term wealth and short-term firepower at the same time. Let's say you built a high cash value IBC policy and funded it with $50,000 this year. That policy begins compounding, and within 30 days you can access $40,000 in tax-free policy loans without interrupting the growth. You use that $40K to hire a dev to automate client delivery, purchase 12 months of enterprise-level AI tools, and launch an ad campaign to scale your offer. That investment earns you $150K in new revenue. You repay the $40K loan with surplus cash, and your original $50K never left the policy. It just kept growing. Now you've bought back time, scaled your business, and still have an ever-growing liquid tax-advantaged pool of capital to use again. This isn't theory. This is how AI entrepreneurs can build wealth on autopilot while doing what they're already doing, but only if they move their money through the right system first. We can talk about control, cash flow, and uninterrupted growth all day long. But let's talk dollars and cents. Let's say you crush it during this AI boom. You spend $50,000 on tools, ads, freelancers, and platforms. That's fine, but that money's gone. Now imagine instead, you first funneled that $50,000 through a properly structured IBC policy, where it could continue growing at a conservative 6% compounding annually, even while being borrowed against. So what does that mean for your future? Let's do the math. If you left that $50,000 in your policy and just let it grow, taking loans against it as time goes on, but never withdrawing it, at 6% annual compounding, that single deposit could grow to $90,000 in 12 years, $120,000 in 20 years, $160,000 plus in 25 years, and that's without adding another dime. Now remember, we're not saying you have to choose between spending and growing. With IBC, you can do both. Your $50,000 grows undisturbed inside the policy. You borrow against it to grow your business, and you repay the loan with surplus revenue, all while the original $50,000 continues compounding. This is the power of IBC and leveraging your policy for your benefit. So, what does it cost to skip IBC? It's not the $50,000 you spent on marketing, tools, and teams. It's the hundreds of thousands that $50K could have grown into that you never gave it a chance to earn. And that's just one deposit. Imagine you're putting $50,000 per year into your business over the next 5 years. That's $250,000 in cash flow that could have been earning hundreds of thousands in tax-advantaged compounding growth. But if you don't build the system, that opportunity dies the moment your money leaves your hands. IBC isn't about hypotheticals. It's about maximizing the upside of money you're already spending. You can keep burning through cash on growth tools and platforms. Or you can design a system that pays you forever for every smart move you make today. Here's how most AI entrepreneurs handle their cash flow. They earn revenue, it hits your business checking, you pay taxes. You fund tools, ads, education, pay your team, but the money needed to fund it all, gone. Now, sure, you might make a profit, but every dollar you spent stopped working the moment it left your account. There's no residual value, no long-term compound growth, just temporary velocity and permanent loss. Now, let's flip that using infinite banking. Revenue hits your personal or business account. You immediately fund your IBC policy. Cash starts earning uninterrupted compound growth. You take a policy loan against your growing cash value or your funded, immediately accessible PUAs. Use that to fund your AI tools, services, and scaling costs, and then pay back the policy loan over time using the revenue from profits that's now coming in. Result, your cash never stops growing and you still scale. But now, with a wealth system behind it, let's say you funnel $50,000 a year into AI-related growth. Over 5 years, that's $250,000 of cash flow. If you used IBC, that same $250,000 could quietly compound at a conservative 6% per year. While you continue using it to build your AI empire, over the next 20 years, your original $250,000 could grow to $800,000 plus. And that's without including any other deposits you make into your policy during that time. You're already spending the money. The difference is whether that money dies when you use it or keeps growing for decades after. Infinite banking isn't some silver bullet. It's not get rich quick, it's not sexy, and it takes discipline. So no, this isn't for everyone. But if you're making money in AI, if you're pouring thousands into ChatGPT tools and paid ads and SaaS and freelancers or coaching, and you plan to keep building, then you already have the cash flow. You just need the right system behind it. This is for people who want their money working 2 jobs at once, growing wealth and building business. Here's what it could look like. You earn revenue from an AI course, automation service, or SaaS. Instead of parking it in a business checking account, you fund an IBC policy. That cash starts compounding day 1, uninterrupted. Then you take a policy loan and hire a developer, launch a product, pay for Midjourney Pro, Claude, or Prompt-Base, or scale your ads or email automation. Now you've funded your AI business, but your original capital is still growing in the background, and when the profits come in, you repay the loan and do it again. This is how you can easily access large amounts of capital to fund your AI business without any of the drawbacks of traditional financing. This isn't something you buy, it's something you build. You'll need the right structure, the right policy, and the right guide. That's why I created the free starter guide to walk you through what this looks like in real life, how to avoid common mistakes, and what kind of policy actually works for this strategy. If you want to see exactly how this could apply to your own cash flow, you can also grab a time to chat. Either way, don't let your money keep doing one job when it could be doing two. If this connected with you, if you're in the middle of this AI boom, building, scaling, spending, and you're tired of watching money flow in and right back out, then you're not alone, and you don't have to keep doing it the old way. This is your chance to put a wealth engine behind your work. Grab the free guide at breakloosefinancial.com. You'll see exactly how infinite banking works and how to structure it the right way. And if you're ready to get strategic with your own situation, you can book a free call right after that. Until then, this is BreakLoose Financial, helping you break free from the debt cycle and take control of your financial destiny.